When I read about what Ishan is doing, and I didn't never heard of Gram Vikas or so, but when I read what he's doing, what struck me most was the village, Maligaon, what I found out about it, how poor it is, and also how kind of reminds me of my childhood days. And I grew up pretty much in a similar situation where the village I was in when I grew up had no electricity, had no running water. And it was about a village of about no more than 20 families. And it was pretty much in a jungle. And my parents, and they form a lot of things, a lot of parallels I've heard what you guys are doing. For example, when my parents went down, they went as a group, like 9 or 10 families, and together they form a cooperative society that they can work together and own together. So that's the sustainability part of it. And that's what I heard was from Gram Vikas. It's not that you come do something and you leave and go. You own it. And then when you own something as compared to when you're renting something, it's two different things. You own it, you put more into it because it's yours. And so when I learned more about Maligaon, the reason I'm here is really I feel I'm reliving my childhood days when I go out there, and that's why I'm looking forward to go out. Because my wife asked me a few times too, why do you really want to go there? And I said, and even my wife doesn't know, because my wife grew up in the city area, whereas I grew up in a rural area, way out in the boondocks, as we call it. And I've seen, when floods come, literally you have nowhere to sleep. They will come all the way into the home, all the way to your knee level, and you start all over again. You're fortunate when you get a pair of shoe, one pair of shoe. Well, when I used to go to school, I didn't have any shoe, I didn't own a pair of shoe. You literally walk to school on dirt road to get there. So when you get those things like a pair of shoe or a pair of slipper, those are prized possessions. You really take care of them, you own them. So I can only imagine what this family going through, or what they face in their life. So to answer your question, really, the reason for me to be making this journey is basically relive, and I'm very thankful for where I'm at, but also how can I help to, been there, done that. I know what it is. Yep, so what it did was, so I am affiliated with church groups, Hindu organizations, and so one Sunday at Mandir, in my message, I used that as the forum I asked Ishan if I could get a few pictures, and then I understand exactly what the project was about in terms of the failure of the original solar batteries. And they had light, you came to light, and now you went back to darkness, and you really need to get back to light. And so I used that forum to explain to the audience what's going on. The whole purpose of it also, Ishan, as a project, he also shows a lot of commitment. He could have simply continued with his school. And he had to take a break, a gap, to do this. But I think that also drives home the point of a young man who is doing something. So Ishan was also a catalyst for my driving home the point of how can you help? You're helping Gram Vikas, you're helping these people in Maligaon, way out there, but you're also helping Ishan at the same time to be successful. And his success really lies in the success of the village, bringing the village back to life, to light. And so I used that, and I think it hit the point home where families, and it's like we always say, every penny counts. No, it doesn't be big, small or big, it doesn't matter. And so we got from, small amounts, 10 and 20, all the way to, I have my father-in-law He's a retiree. He's now going to be 80 years of age, and he contributed $200. Yeah, I mean, you don't expect someone who depends on a pension to give that kind of donation. But he understands. Again, he, just like me, went through this, and even prior to, he's much older than me, in a much more archaic and rougher way, where, so I think the end game of people making contribution is realizing that where we are today, we're very thankful, and if we can make a difference to others, then I think that's what drove home the point. I came, it was a journey, so I enjoy that. But the emotion right now, and I think Ishan probably built it up maybe too much for me, but I'm still, he told me about, we went to get a harmonium today, and that he spoke to the villagers, and I think they're looking forward to meeting with me and to see me and so on. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to, go spend time. I'm really looking forward to the village as my village. And again, like I said, because of where I've been as a child. Yeah. So I feel, I was telling Ishan today that I basically feel like I'm reliving my childhood days, pretty much. So we'll see. Yeah. And also, while I'm out there, I would like to see anything I can help. I told Ishan, I don't just want pen and paper, I want manual. What can I do? Manual. Because I grew up manual labor on a rice farming. That's what I did. Drive tractor, plow the fields, shine the paddy, watch the rice grow, and while still go to school and study, and studying not the electric light, but the kerosene lamp and flammable. So, so I am looking forward.